So, you've got this killer idea for a web service. You're ready to go, you open up your editor, and you're staring at, well, nothing. Just a blank screen. Today, we're talking about how to completely leapfrog that entire frustrating setup and start building a real commercial-grade application right from day one.
It's a feeling every developer knows. You've got the vision, you're excited, but that blinking cursor on the blank screen just stares back at you. That, right there, is the classic blank page problem. Before you can write a single line of code for your actual idea, you're just drowning in questions. What framework should I use? What about a database? How am I going to handle user accounts? That paralysis can kill a great idea before it even gets started.
Right. So that first step, it's all about conquering that blank screen. Before you can even get to the fun part, the stuff that makes your idea unique, you first have to fight through this initial setup phase.
But what if you could just skip all that? I mean, what if there was a direct answer to this starting problem? A way to get a perfect professional foundation instantly? Well, that's the core idea we're diving into today.
And this quote just nails it. This isn't about slogging through hours of tutorials or documentation. It's about having a concrete, high-quality, ready-to-run example that you can literally use right now. It completely flips the script from, how do I build all the basic stuff, to, awesome, what am I going to build with this?
And let's be super clear here. We are not talking about a couple of code snippets you found on a forum. We're talking about a complete, thought-out, well-structured foundation for a serious application. Think of it like the solid chassis you'd want before building a high-performance car.
Okay, so what does commercial grade actually mean here? What's inside this thing? Let's deconstruct this ready-to-use template and see what components make it so powerful right out of the box. It all boils down to 3 non-negotiable pillars. These aren't just nice-to-haves. They are the absolute must-haves for pretty much any modern web service you can think of. All right, so let's pull back the curtain on these 3 core pillars. What are they exactly, and why is having them on day one such a massive game changer for your project?
First up, you need a front door, a clean intro or portfolio page so the world knows you exist. Next, you gotta have a gatekeeper, a secure, working login and sign-up system to manage your users. And finally, you need everywhere access, a design that looks great on a phone and is structured in a way that you could even turn it into a mobile app later, so you've got your presentation, your users, and your reach, all covered.
Right, but of course, a template is only as good as the technology it's built on. So let's pop the hood and take a look at the tech stack that's making all of this work so seamlessly.
And here it is. This is a seriously solid production-ready stack. For the backend, you get your choice of Python with Flask or Node.js. Both are fantastic and have huge communities. The database is PostgreSQL, which is an incredible choice for reliability and scaling up later. The front end is standard HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, but the key is that it's built with responsive design from the start, so it already looks good on any screen. And maybe the most important part? Security isn't an afterthought. You can see it's listed as a foundational piece of the whole thing.
So let's zoom out a bit. This is about more than just a convenient template. This approach could fundamentally change how we think about the work of development itself. It's about shifting where we spend our most valuable resource, our time. And what we're really talking about here is this powerful idea of immediacy in development. Thanks to platforms like Replit that bundle everything together, that copy-paste ready promise becomes a real, tangible thing. You can genuinely bypass weeks of tedious setup and start building your unique, value-adding features from the very first hour.
Think of it this way. For years, developers have had to spend so much time just building the workshop, setting up the tools, the servers, all the boilerplate, before they could even start crafting the product. This new way lets you walk into a fully equipped workshop on day one and just start creating. It frees you up to focus on what actually matters.
And that leaves us with a really interesting final question, doesn't it? As these powerful one-click foundations become more and more common, the role of the developer is evolving. It becomes less about being an architect of basic infrastructure and more about being an innovator, a creator, and a true problem solver. So the question is, when the starting line is already halfway to the finish, what will you build?